springers in the air here at the Foxton Trials in a massive day of trials with 29 heats on the program. We're going to pick the bones out of it for you with a lot of our senior horses back here in the Central Districts, but we're going to start in heat number 5 on the program with I'm a Brazen One for Mike Bresden, a horse that looked good early in its preparation as a 2-year-old, just a little bit shin sore, but back to the trials today and looked very good coming down the outside.
And then we've got Swiss Belt, but out wide here, it's I'm a Brazen One. I'm a Brazen One in front and at the line. I'll get it.
I'm a Brazen One back at the trials, Mike, and a horse you've had a lot of time for.
She's a filly that's always shown good ability through a 2-year-old. Sort of a couple of preparations she had, never quite got to the races. Through a bit of shin soreness and a bit of muscle soreness her first sort of preparation. So, she's had a quiet jump out and then a trial today, so she's ready to go to the races now as long as, no little issues pop up in between now and then.
Heat 8 on the program saw Penny Wicker return to the races. It was a trial taken out by McCann, who I think you can follow into his first start this preparation. But Penny Wicker, ridden by Lisa Allpress, was just nicely held in behind them and went to the line full of running. She's really coming up beautifully. Jimmy, starting point for Penny Wicker?
Yeah, starting point. It's a nice quiet trial and very happy with what she did. She just lobbed along behind them, finished off nicely. She was in front when they went across the crossing afterwards, so trainer's happy.
Yeah, it's a long preparation. What's the plans from here?
She'll probably kick off at the Tarzina. Where we go after that's up in the air.
Next heat we're going to look at is heat number 10 on the program, and it was great to see a really good horse back for Lisa Latter in Wild Moose. We know he's a very good horse and he's had a few issues, but today he was right in the mix early and he went to the line nicely, and he's one to follow for the spring.
Over on the inside, the True Believer, but Wheeler and Lincoln Falls behind them. Manifest runs on the inside. They get down towards the line, and Wild Moose just from Happy Hero.
Heat 11 on the program is a heat to really follow. It was taken out by Bell's Echo, put together a really nice record last season, but in this heat you've got Conway and Kieran, Kendall, King of Hearts, Lincoln Cruz. They're all horses that will be targeted towards the Hawke's Bay Carnival, and I think they're all coming up really nicely.
Through Boston, Strong Boy and Mokatini, but nice at the line. Bell's
Heat 13, Pepe Ha back at the races, a horse that put a couple together for Mike Bresden before Wet Tracks curtailed his form. He looks to have come up really nice to this preparation and looks to head to the Bay. Pepe Ha looks to be coming up well.
Yeah, no, he had a couple of runs on tracks that were a little bit wet for him, but I sort of just thought I'd try and keep him fit because he's coming off quite a long break. He went 2 nice races, gave him 10 days in the paddock and got him back, and he's appreciated the better track conditions today. Pulls up all right, he can go to Hawke's Bay Saturday week.
Heat 14, here's one to follow for you, and it only ran third. No rain ever for Billy Thurler. This is a horse that was very good in last season's size. It looks like a very good 3-year-old and maybe on a Guinea's path. Phil, we've seen a good 2-year-old come back nicely at 3.
Yeah, she trialled really well today. She was a little bit slow away, but after that I thought she picked up well.
You've got a few options because she's still a maiden.
She's still a maiden, so at this stage probably go to our local track on the 10th. That's the plan, and 3-year-old maiden, and then we'll we'll just assess after that where we head. But yeah, ideally, the owners would like to get to Christchurch, so we're just got to find a plan if she's up to it.
Heat 16, Johnny Wheeler, he produced Herbert here, who didn't win a race last preparation, but was in around some nice horses. And today he really stamped the mark as a horse you can follow out of the Central Districts. A 3-year-old that I think Wills is looking to get towards the Guineas. Wills, Herbert looks to be back in fine fettle.
Yeah, it's early days yet, to be honest, Sweens, but I'm real happy with him, and I think he's a pretty handy horse.
What are the plans? Is he a Hawke's Bay candidate, or is that too early?
No, I'm looking really at 2,000 guineas, and that's my long-term aim, but whether we get there or not, it's a fair way away.
Bell. Here it is, Lonergan in front, gets the outside running. Danjuro's trying to get up underneath.
Pete Saxon Warrior, 3-year-old, won well, didn't know a lot.
No, he's a bit green still, sort of a bit raw in the making, but he showed a lot of talent. He's won a jump out really impressively, and like Johnny Parks just said, that he was sort of midfield cruising, he picked them up in 2 strides and then didn't know what to do and run around a bit. So he will probably go the races now, find a 1200 and just ride a midfield somewhere, but yeah, he's a work in progress. I wouldn't say he's a little fizzy, but he's just got a couple of little traits that we're working with him.
Heat number 18 on the program now, and one for Fraser Ulrich, a star witness, a 3-year-old who was strikingly marked, and he was striking with the way he picked them up in a couple of big hops, and he was dominant through the line.
Good turn of foot here, and went to the lead by a couple of lengths now from Cyclone, and on the outside Bedtime Story, Fork Lightning over on the inside, but that's smart. Buenos Dias gets the win.
Heat number 22, and Jim Wallace produced another nice horse here in Magic Leprechaun, a 4-year-old by Purin Kento, over the 1,000 metres. It was a really dominant performance, one of the more dominant performances on the day. Jim, Magic Leprechaun, what's the background to this horse?
He had a full brother in Hong Kong that won 5 straight. I can't remember his name, but he was a decent horse. Out of a decent mare by Purin Kento. Had some x-ray issues as a young horse, and the vet said put him away and just monitor him. Well, we've monitored him for 2.5 years, and the knees haven't changed, so they finally said, oh, well, they're not going to change, have a crack. And so it's taken a while, but might be worth a wait. I think he's a smart animal.
Heat number 23 was the open over the 1,200 metres, and this is a real spring heat with Lanicord taken out. Looks as though she has come back really, really nicely this preparation. Cool side Mav was a little bit back in the field, but running on nicely enough. Lanicord, we know her quality, and 1,200 metres today, she looked sharp.
Yeah, real sharp. Yeah, really happy with that. She jumped out and put the hood on her today. She had a gallop on Friday, and Lily said she was just a bit hard to get motivated. Hood back on and circled around them and just kept rolling. So really impressed.
You gut feel how she's come back up this prep?
Look, she's coming really well. We brought her back in a fraction earlier than we probably had done and in the past, and just give her a bit extra mileage under the belt. And look, we've been going to the beach and doing a few different things. You know, older horse, just change things around a little bit.
Where's her starting point?
Look, she's in on Sunday at Hara. There's an open mile up there, but look, it's a heavy 8. So whether we wait and go somewhere else, not quite sure. But look, the owners will watch the trial tonight, and Lily was really happy with her, so we'll see where we go.
And heat number 24, and this again an open, and here we saw Springtide pick up another trial when he was untested to the line. I really think if he gets the right track conditions at the Bay next Saturday, he's going to be a player.
Inside of all of these runners here, and Flamenco looking to thread the needle the last little bit, but for a running here, Springtide getting down with about 50 metres to go. Grand Prospect runs on generously but untested. Springtide gets it. Grand Prospect.
Lastly, we'll look at today is heat number 25 on the program, another open over the 1,200 metres, and here we saw Chase, a Group 1 place getter last season, Stephen Nicholson. He was very good under his own steam today, winning, and he is on track to maybe take a place on the second day at Hastings. Nice to see a good horse back.
Yeah, lovely to have him back. I won't mince words. He's my favourite horse. My daughter loves him, and he's the coolest horse ever around home, and just easy to have around.
Look, he was very good last preparation. What are the plans this time?
Look, he's in for the second day, the mile there at Hastings. All going well, he'll go the first day of the open mile there and have a hit out, and then 3 weeks into Hastings. But they tell me the rain's dried up over there, so look, that 6-7 kind of track, he loves it. You get to the 4 track, they just run him off his feet a little bit. So the plans to have a crack at some of the real races. You know, we only get one chance with some of these horses, so why not have a go? In the neighborhood.